Hello, friends. This is Prashant from Liability Odyssey, and you are watching another show of the series Unheard. And today I have one more guest with me, and you might be knowing them already. You might be seeing different social media posts from him. So today with me is Arul. So welcome, Arul, and thank you for joining the show today.
Good morning, Prashant. Thank you for inviting me to this session.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much. And then I think we'll start our conversation. So to start with the conversation, the first question that I have is, can you please introduce about yourself and then different EAM products that you have worked with and your experience so far with EAM and Maximo and any other product that you have used?
Yeah, before that, I use this opportunity to thank you again for your amazing contribution to the Maximo community. It's great to know that you could do it in addition to your challenging work with Sedin and EAM 360 team. Thank you, Prashant.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, let me introduce myself. I'm a mechanical engineer with experience in asset management space, with a decade as a maintenance engineer and the past 2 decades as an EAM implementer. I started my career as a mechanical maintenance engineer with a petrochemical plant in Chennai. I enjoyed the job and I never wanted to leave. Incidentally, I was a key user for SAP PM implementation for the plant. The implementer provided an opportunity for me to work with SAP PM, and that's how I started my journey with EAM. After SAP PM, I also had a short stint with Ramco's aviation EAM product before moving to Maximo. I have implemented and managed 20 plus projects in Maximo across the industry verticals across the globe. It's an exciting journey, and I enjoy working with Maximo.
Wow, 20 plus is too much. It's a very big one, right? It's a very big number. So I will say I know. So it has been, I know personally, and professionally, I report to you. You are my boss, so I know about this journey. But then I also want to know. I want to hear that you have seen all versions of Maximo. Even you have seen other products, right? And then especially when I talk about Maximo, uh, you started from 4, then how 5 came, then 6, then 7, and finally, we have on Mars. So what is your perspective, related with the Maximo application suite? And then, how are you looking towards it?
Quite frankly, MAS or Maximo application suite is nothing but Maximo plus host of other products, as you know, right? It's the
Yeah.
same old Maximo loved by every one of us, but bundled with other IBM products such as Monitor, Predict, Health, and Visual Inspection.
Yeah.
The major change is that MAS is offered as a containerized package using Red Hat OpenShift with a single bundle price for all the products within a suite.
Yeah.
We know that traditional asset management is no longer enough, and it is quite clear that industry is looking for asset performance management solution to improve the asset reliability while leveraging the latest technologies such as IoT, ML, and AI. As a product vendor, I feel it is a right step for IBM to offer a product that can meet the industry's expectation. However, customers are finding it difficult to adapt to this change. There are many reasons to it. One reason is that many customers are not yet ready to adapt an asset performance management or APM solutions such as MAS, as they have challenges in leveraging the full potential of Maximo or basic EAM before moving to the next logical step. Another reason is that they don't have the option to continue with the existing tech stack, as you know, right? They have to move to Red Hat, to OpenShift, and face the skill challenges associated with it.
Yes.
Also, the infrastructure requirement for MAS are a huge when compared with traditional Maximo 7.6 system, making it prohibitively expensive for SME organizations. IBM came up with a single node MAS option to address the infra-side cost challenges of SME. However, the challenges related to adoption and skill enhancement should be addressed by the individual organization. They should use this as an opportunity to improve their asset management practices instead of looking it as a challenge. That's my perspective on MAS.
Yeah, very well said. Because if you see the requirement, even the SNO requirements are pretty high, and then the production instances that even some of the customers have, you can only run single node, and obviously you can't use SNO as confidently. There is no DR, right? There is no DR with SNO.
Absolutely.
So you can't use it. So yes, this is a very big thing. And then obviously skill challenges, even if I will say that again, I may be wrong, but then if I say that if there is a poll that how many instances are there, existing instances with any version 7.5, 7.6, whatever people have, how many versions are, if they take a poll and then find out how many instances are on Windows server and how many are on the Linux server, I am damn sure 90% will be on Windows, right? Because it is meant for easiness and then it is much easy to deal with that. So yes, there is a very big skill
Absolutely.
gap also.
That is the biggest challenge, I would say, right? It is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
difficult for an organization to move from Windows Server to a Red Hat when there is a lot of challenges on the skill side.
Yeah, so definitely we need to learn and we need to upskill ourselves. So as you rightly said, individual organization and consultant should invest time and then learn and master those things. Yeah, so thank you so much for this response. And then the next question is actually interesting one. I want to know about, so I that we know, everyone knows that you are founder of EM 360 mobile app suite, right? So there are many people maybe, who might not be knowing about it. So can you tell about first, like, okay, what is this mobile suite, and then second thing is, can you tell about how has been the experience, because there are so many implementation projects you have done, how has been experience, implementing mobile from a product vendor's perspective?
Yeah, so EAM 360 is a mobile suite for Maximo. It is a native mobile app for Maximo. It built exclusively for iOS and Android apps. Coming back to your second part of your question, my experience with EAM 360, it's an amazing journey. I sincerely feel mobile is the answer to address many of the asset management scalability challenges we just discussed. For example, many organizations are struggling to capture failure data, which is essential for asset performance management system and asset reliability. Empowering the field crew with a mobile app can address this problem quite easily. So coming back to your question, the experience of implementing mobile has helped me to learn newer things that I was not aware as a Maximo implementer. If I have to compare the two experiences, mobile implementation is certainly more complex as it requires more additional considerations, especially when offline processes have to be incorporated. In
Okay.
spite of it,
Yeah.
in spite of it, I find implementing mobile app is highly satisfying. This is because I am able to have a more satisfied customer and I'm able to see a visible improvement in maximum usage and the associated benefits it bring to my customers.
Okay, that is
Hope
great.
you
And
agree with
then,
this.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with this for sure. I agree with this. And then, what are the challenges? So, because I will tell you, one thing is that people think that it's very easy. What you have to do, you have to just create an app, right? Then front end and already APIs are there. This is the general understanding with many people have, right? And I know that it is not the case. But then there will be. But when we actually do the implementation, there are many things that come as a challenge, and then you need to think about it, right? So what are the different challenges, right, that you have seen? And first of all, being a product vendor itself is a challenge, right? It's not that easy to manage the whole product, its life cycle, and then implement it. So what are the different challenges that different customer, where you have seen as a product vendor, or when you are doing the implementation, what are the different learnings, we can say, in form of challenges that you have got?
Yeah. Having implemented 10 plus mobile projects, I am confidently say that mobile implementation has twice or 2x more challenges than maximum implementation.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as you rightly said, many customers don't recognize this and have quite a few misconceptions about mobile implementation. One of the misconception is the plug and play myth. Many customers are of the opinion that the app can be installed from the Play Store or App Store and can be used instantly. This is not true. In reality, you cannot just install these apps and use them immediately. They need a good amount of efforts to perform configurations and customizations according to the customer's process. Moreover, these apps cannot be distributed to the workforce from App Store or Play Store. They need a mobile device management or MDM software to effectively distribute and monitor. All these things require a great effort to make these apps operational. Another myth I would say is to have all records in Maximo should be available on the mobile app for effective usage. This is not the case. The
Yeah.
app can be used more effectively if the field technician retrieve only the information they need. To meet this requirement, the data should be configured accordingly. Moving to your second point, as a product vendor, our main challenge, as you know, is planning the product roadmap. We need to develop features in line with emerging technologies as well as features that our customers need. And also, we have to overcome conflicting priorities. I would say this is the biggest challenge as a product vendor.
Yes, absolutely right. We are always chasing the goals, right? We are always
Absolutely.
chasing different features. We are always thinking about what's going on and what we want to do. So yeah, absolutely right. And then, okay, if any user or any customer is listening to this particular video, what are the some and they want to say that I want to go for mobile implementation, because still I believe there's a lot of scope available for mobile implementation and not everybody is using mobile. So what can be some of the key takeaway for them, or some of the things that they should be considering? Maybe a couple of points you want to share, that when they are taking it up, these are certain things that you should talk about, you should be ready, and then you should talk about those points with your user group to set the expectation correctly. So what will be some of the key takeaways, or key points, that we will say that, okay, customers should be thinking in this way? As you mentioned a couple of points already in the last answer, but still, what are some of the things that they should be understanding before taking this journey of mobile implementation?
Prashant, this is a very good question. I can provide a few important tips from top of my mind.
Yeah.
So first one is the technological aspect of a mobile app. When selecting a mobile app, it is important to go beyond features and evaluate the technical features of it or technological aspects of it. Think about the app's capability to integrate with other system and devices, as well as its ability to adapt to the future OS upgrade. It is very important to have it in your app. The second one is the offline capability. Customers should ensure that the product they select can meet their offline requirements. As you know, most mobile apps today in the market are designed to function offline, but the app should have the capability to configure the business rules and validations required in offline. And the third and very important tip would be usability versus low code platform. The customers want a mobile product that can provide both usability and also a low code platform to develop new features without any coding. They want both.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
reality, both are not possible. That's a
Correct.
fact. The
Correct.
customer must understand this fact and also should not compromise the usability. The success of a mobile implementation relies heavily on the usability. And the fourth one is the performance tuning. The mobile app performance is completely dependent on the Maximo performance.
Yeah.
So the customer must plan for the performance tuning exercise of Maximo to make sure the mobile app implementation is successful. We have seen many such instances in the past, as you know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last and the very important point is OEM support. It is essential to get the support of a OEM or product vendor during the implementation process. Any problems faced during implementation or during usage must be addressed in a timely manner. If the product vendor requires weeks or months to provide solution for your issues, it's a recipe for a failed implementation, in my opinion.
Correct. I think these are some of the very valid points. You have named almost everything, right? Starting from uh, thinking that you should not be thinking mobile application as a Maximo, that I want all the data and I want all the actions. You should actually have the actual data that your users are actually going to
Yes.
use. Second thing that you have all said about the performance, we know that how much we run behind performance in every implementation we do, and we have done so many performance related jobs for our customers, because performance is the key, right? If the users are not going to have the performance in demo, every app works smoothly, but in real time it is very
Absolutely.
difficult, right, to get the millions of rows of data on the small mobile device, that too when you have some of the challenges on the API, the way Maximo handles the API, right? And then, well, that is second point. Third point, I will say that you have also said a very, very important point that we have highlighted is related with the support. So then it is very important. And third thing is that you should not be thinking that I have an application designer in Maximo, so I should be having something similar. And then at the end of the day, you are choosing some solution where there is no, going ahead. There is no scalability. You can't integrate, right? So it is also very important to choose the correct platform. So I think these are some of the very valid point, and I think key takeaways when some of the customers should actually follow. Thank you so much for sharing this experience and this particular knowledge. And now I want to ask about. So we have talked enough, and this is what I do with all my guests. So we discuss seriously on Maximo and other aspects, but then last question that I have is on the personal front. So so that as a person, so that others know you. So what are your hobbies, right? Like, what do you do when you have free time? I know I know personally that even Saturday, Sunday, you are doing something related with work, but then whenever you have free time, what do you do? What are your hobbies? What do you want to do in your free time?
Yeah, this is a difficult question. Listening to audiobook, I would say, is something I found enjoyable. You know that, right? As someone
Yeah, I
who
know
had
that.
difficulties with reading physical books, I was happy to discover audiobooks. They make it easy and convenient without having to carry around a book. I now listen to audiobooks during my travel, while waiting at the airport, or anytime I have a spare moment. Besides audiobook, I have developed a love for politics. Every morning, I start my day with a physical paper, yes, a physical paper, and end it by listening to a news broadcast. It has become my daily routine.
Okay, that is interesting. I was not doing this one. I think this is the new one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I came to know something new as well. Okay, so I was knowing about the audiobooks. I know that, but then this is the new one. Maybe this is not very long, right? That you have
yeah.
started.
No, no,
So
no, no. I've been doing it for quite some time, but
oh,
I
okay.
I generally don't talk about politics in office because we have a conflicting opinions on this. I stay
Yeah,
away in
I know.
discussing politics with people. Yeah,
Yeah, it's better not to. Otherwise,
yeah,
you never know, right? Everybody does not have the
absolutely.
maturity to understand that all this is personal. Personal should not be mixed with professional, right? But then you can't do that. It's a human nature. I think, yeah, that's it. These were some of the questions that I had. So first of all, I would like to thank again that you have taken time out from such a busy schedule of yours, and even today is actually a weekend, and you have agreed and you have accepted my request. So thank you once again, Arul. I know, as I said, you are always working. So even on the weekend, you are working. So thank you so much for accepting my request and taking some time out. I think it was very nice conversation. And I can literally take down some of the key takeaways. So it's not only for anyone who is interested learning about mobile implementation or EM space. I think this session they should be watching to get the information, right? So thank you very much, Arul, for joining today.
Thank you very much, Prashant. Appreciate all your efforts.
Thank you so much. So I think so. We are now at the end of our talk show today, and I will request all the friends to watch this, share this video, like this video, share it, and then subscribe our channel. And we will meet again with some other esteemed guests. We'll talk about the EM space, the ongoing challenges, and then the new technologies that are coming in. So you can stay connected, and then we will be meeting soon. So thank you everyone for your time and have a good day.